You might remember that this was after then candidate Donald Trump spoke at our Values Voter Summit in 2016. That night, former First Lady Hillary Clinton called the Trump supporters a basket of deplorables. You remember that? Well, after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, she went on Morning Joe and she said this. Play clip 1.
We have got to stop demonizing each other.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, I think most of that right now in our country's history is coming, from the right, coming from people who want to dominate. They want their point of view. We have got to stop with the finger pointing and the scapegoating.
Okay. All right. So I'll just say, I forgive you for calling me a deplorable. I can agree with that. But wait, there's more. Clip 2.
The idea that you could turn the clock back and try to recreate a world that never was, dominated by, let's say it, white men of a certain persuasion, a certain religion, a certain point of view, a certain ideology, is just doing such damage to what we should be aiming for.
Oh, so there's a footnote to that. We need to stop demonizing everyone but white men. Oh, white Christian men. Well, speaking of white Christian men, I'm going to invite Casey Harper, managing editor of the broadcast at Washington Stand and host of the Outstanding podcast, to join me again. Casey, you're a white Christian man. Welcome.
Indeed. Hey, thanks, Tony. I want to tell you that you are of all the deplorables out there, you're my favorite.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this for a moment, because I mean, in all seriousness, there is something very significant behind this. And so I want to make clear that it's not just about white men that the left is going after. It's all men, but it's easy to bash white men. But this is about going after masculinity. This is something that we have seen for quite some time, is the attack on manhood. And Casey, we know what happens when we attack men, do we not? What happens in society?
Well, men are called to lead. Biblically, men are called to lay down their lives, not to lead as overbearing and domineering, but to lay down their lives to serve their families and to advance the Christian faith. And so if you want to take down America and if you have a demonic agenda, you're not going to be able to accomplish it without taking out the men. And that used to be kind of hidden behind the scenes, but I think now it's been exposed, and now they can say it on MSNBC, I guess.
Well, Casey, what encourages me in the wake of what happened with Charlie Kirk is that I think the curtain's been pulled back.
Yes.
We've seen literally millions of people that have responded to Charlie's call to faith, to live out one's faith. And I think people have responded to him in part because he, as he was growing and maturing, he was modeling, I think, what men should be, Christian men. Because out of that Christian faith comes a conviction to stand up for something, and you have the courage to do so. And that's what Charlie was modeling, really at the gates of hell,
Right.
if when you go to these college campuses. And I think the response of so many people was an admiration of that and a longing to see more of it.
Yeah, I think what's really interesting is that Hillary Clinton actually in that clip has a surprising amount of clarity about what really is stopping the nation from sliding off the cliff into hell. And I actually wish the church had the same clarity that Hillary Clinton does, which is recognizing that the Christian church, and in particular Christian men standing up and taking their role, is possibly the one thing that is really the key to this revival that we're all hoping for and talking about and saying maybe is here.
Right. And so as we see how those on the right are responding, we see how those of you described on the left are responding. I think what Hillary Clinton was revealing in that interview with on Morning Joe was that the left sees Christian men as the obstacle to their power. Because if men of conviction will stand up with courage and challenge them, their roadmap to power is going to be blocked. Because here's the deal. When you attack a man, biblical manhood, what you do is you attack the family. And when you attack the family, you create chaos in the community. And when you create chaos in the community and you've fractured the family, guess what? You need more government. And that gives them the ability and the power to invade the lives of American citizens, take control of the church, the family. It gives them the ultimate power they're looking for.
That's absolutely right. And if we want to go even deeper, what spiritually I think is going on here is this, it's really the spirit of Jezebel in the Bible that's been motivated to attack men, to tear them down, to crush them. And it takes someone, someone I think like a Jehu, who's not any model of, perfect living or anything, but someone, all it takes really is the courage of Jehu, setting aside the character, and who's willing to stand up to someone like Jezebel. And so that's why the courage is the one thing they have to stop, because courageous Christian men is really the kryptonite, I think, to so much of what is being pushed on the left today.
But the key to that courage and that conviction is the Word of God.
Yes.
And that's what we're going to talk about next with my battle buddy, Pastor Jack Hibbs. Casey, thanks so much for joining us.